Well, let's get into the meaty stuff. Let's talk about December's solicitations and work through. So obviously some stuff we knew, some stuff we didn't. A lot of this tends to be us just gawking at some nice covers, but that's okay too. So just kick it off straight into it with Batman 118. 119's also out, so it is still double shipping with Joshua Williamson's arc, the Abyss arc.
I don't know. 119 is dated for January.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's not my fault they started putting books for the following month in the solicits.
Yeah.
I just saw a second
They're
issue.
a month apart, about the first week of December, first week of
it's monthly.
January.
It's monthly. I just usually I see 2 issues of something and I just go, oh, it's double shipping, because that used to be completely true. It's just they're messing me up. And to be fair, it is double shipping before this month because it's double shipping through Fear State. But okay. So 118's out in December. There's a Matina cover, which is quite pretty. There's also a Bogdanovich cover and a Jock cover. They're really whipping out all the big artists for these, aren't they?
Well, that's because this is the start of the new run, so they're kind of making a point on this issue. I think more than usual.
Yeah. Well, I guess I really hope the Bendis rumors aren't true, because that means he's more likely to take over Detective, and I don't want Tamaki's run to end.
I don't either. But given that we'll get to Detective what he's doing, but it's like a 12-issue thing that's going to take place over a few months by the sounds of it.
Oh.
Maybe it could start after that.
That sounds like a big finale, though, for Tamaki, at least, if that is the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, 119's there too. Also has a bunch of covers, and some of them are nice because the main covers we already saw back when they announced Williamson was taking over, and they are very pretty covers. But then there's some great variants too. Next up was a new book that was announced this week, and this is a very much the Larry David gif, the Larry David gif of like weighing up the pros and cons of this. So BATGIRLS is finally a thing. A title, the exact title I have been asking for probably like 2 years at this point, is finally happening. BATGIRLS issue 1 is coming out in December. However, the creative team is not necessarily one that I am super excited about. Written by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad, who are the current writing team on Wonder Woman, and I've obviously done things in the past. We got art by Jorge Corona. So I didn't love their Wonder Woman. So I'm a bit skeptical of the actual writing of this going in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hopeful. I'm going to try and be optimistic because I do really want this to work, because I really like the concept.
They've been describing it as an all ages book as well. Like, obviously it's not under one of the other labels, it's still core continuity, but they're treating it as an all ages book, which I think should be delightful.
Yeah, I don't know if I wanted it to be all ages necessarily, but I don't think that gets in the way of what I want from these characters either. So whatever.
You want to see Cass just snapping necks?
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. That's all I'm saying.
There's lots of books that we can see Cass doing that in. It doesn't have to be in the BATGIRLS book.
So I mean, I hate some of these covers, but I like some of the other ones. So
yeah, I don't know who did the really like the watercolory looking one. It's a little manga-esque, but I think if this is the vibe they're going for in the book, I'm very comfortable with that.
The one before that I really like. I'm not sure who that is that's done that one, because there's like 4 or 5 covers here.
The cartoony looking one, I think that's Dan Hip.
I mean, I don't know. They're all kind of cartoony looking, to be honest. It's just not.
The only one I know, which is the second one on Newsrama, that's the In-Hyuk Lee one. I'm almost certain. Sure.
Okay. Well, it's the one after that and the one before the manga watercolor one that I quite like.
Yeah.
But the watercolor one's all right, although it is a bit like I hate how Batgirl and Nightwing look in the background of that one. I hate that art style.
Yeah.
Oh, just like standard chibi stuff.
Yeah, chibi stuff. Shit, trash, throw it out, get rid of it, burn it down.
If the run on Batgirls is anything like the run on Wonder Woman, it'll start off with a bang, and then slowly get to the point where you're just like, okay.
Here's the thing.
I suspect I've been enjoying Wonder Woman more than Matt has.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Matt. Here's the thing. Very different characters, very different setting, and I'm hoping that these types of characters and their banter, which is very different from Wonder Woman and her fantasy, land is at least
Lands, plural.
plurals. Yes, I'm hoping that makes a difference. Issue 2 is also solicited here for January, so that is neat. Yeah, the main covers are not bad actually. As much as I was praising that one variant, I do think the main covers for both have got a nice sort of edgy, kind of fun style to them. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best.
I like the Christmas one where they're making a snow bat.
And the main cover being good is a good sign because that's also the interior artist on these first 2 issues. So
yeah,
good stuff. That's Jorge Corona I'm referring to there. And then we get to Detective Comics, issue 1046 for December, and then the next one will be January because that one's right at the end of the month.
Well, that's where the first one's it's just First Day Aftermath, whatever. The next 2, which are both January, are interesting. This is the one where we need to talk about what they're doing.
I will mention that in a minute. What I want to talk about first is the variant cover on 1047. That's the first one that you're looking at when you look at it. It's gorgeous.
Oh, the film poster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at it. It is beautiful. And I
call it Gotham the movie because then that makes you think of the crappy TV show. But
and I shit you not, it's already my phone background. Okay, it's already my phone background.
I would hate that. As a
I did that
because all my apps are like side loaded on my left side of my screen often, so I'd be covering up everything.
It's also my log screen though, so I mean I get to see it first, so it's just nice. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'll read the 1046 is fine, simple issue. That's Tamaki and Dan Moore. We get to 1047, start of this 12-week thing, or 12-issue thing, I should say. And this is Tamaki with art by Ivan Reis and Danny Miki on this first one at the very least. Backup by Rosenberg, and some of those backups have been solved. The detectives had this consistently.
And backup art by Blanco as well.
Yeah.
Consistently good backups on Detective, and the last couple which have been teasing this Task Force Z story coming up has actually been surprisingly great. So I'll read this though. I'll read the solicit for this 1047 since it's the start of this thing. The Tower begins a 12-part weekly detective. Oh, it is weekly. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I'd made a mistake when I said that. A 12-part weekly Detective Comics event starts here. Arkham Asylum has fallen, and in its place, Arkham Tower has risen in the heart of the city. A pitch made by the mysterious Dr. Ware. Unlike Arkham, Dr. Ware promises his methods and drug treatments will heal Gotham's criminally inclined for good. A claim that skeptics like Deb Donovan and the Bat family don't believe. There's something wrong with the Tower, with Dr. Ware's methods, and with Batman away from Gotham City, the rest of the Bat family is going to find out what, but not before everything explodes. So what's really cool about that, there's a few things I like in here. So this is going to be a Batman-less 12-issue story. That is kind of awesome. At least for the most part. Maybe he'll pop up, later on, but at least to start with, he's going to be absent. So that's kind of neat. Having Deb be at the center of it as well is a great thing because that's a character that she's done a good job of building up over the course of her run. And I like all the people on that cover that we're going to get to utilize in this story. I'm loving the Bat family of this. This is all good stuff.
Yeah, and it's a 12-part backup along with it as well.
That is also pretty cool. Yeah.
And I also like that they credit Ivan Reis as a DC Comics legend in the solicits. So that's pretty cool.
Do you know what?
I wonder how many of these 12 he gets through. Like, how much lead time has he had?
Oh, he's not going to be on all these.
Oh God, no! I wouldn't expect any artist to hit all 12 weekly unless he's been working it for a year.
If anything, I suspect that they'll have do you know how that Batman arc leading up to Fear State had those little bits at the start with Batman held captive.
Yeah.
If anything, I bet there's something like that in this where it's the first couple of pages of each issue is Ivan Reis.
Yeah.
And that's all he does each issue.
Because what has he been working on? Just Batman, Superman, right?
Last I've noticed, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he's had this in his back pocket for a minute, and he has a big lead time. I don't know.
I mean, if this is the end of Tamaki's run, and I hope it isn't, but if it is,
for the record, is wild speculation. Based off of.
It is, but it's also kind of what's been happening to Tamaki across DC.
I know, but that's the thing, though. Even if this is the end of her run. Like, she's already had enough issues that this being a big 12-part finale, it feels quite nice, to be honest. Like, I won't be that upset if this is the end of her run.
No, and it's about...
replaced by Bendis, but... Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a
It's
separate
about-
It is,
separate
it is.
issue. There's an issue of her run ending, and then there's an issue of who it is taking over. Those are two different things.
Yeah, and I like that it's about Gotham as a whole. It's not just Batman, right? It's not just around him.
It's actively not Batman. And if anything, it tells us maybe a little bit of what to expect from the new Bat book with Batman not being in Gotham, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know they teased because they talked about, hey, the costume that he was wearing was like, oh, that's a clue, and it was the Batman ink. Outfit.
Yeah, he's Williamson's trying it back to Batman Inc., which is one of my favorite eras of Batman. So
is he going
Club of
Globetrotting
Heroes. Yeah,
That's one of
all
your
that
favorite eras of Batman?
Yeah, the Morrison Batman run with the Club of Heroes and the Black Glove and all that stuff.
So good.
It's
Oh yeah,
great,
but do you like Batman and Robin, or do you actually like the series Batman Inc.? Like, what are you talking about here exactly?
Oh, I'm talking about that era of like
A
not
whole
just Batman.
time period
but-
that while Batman Inc. is going on and that stuff is happening.
Okay, all right, okay.
And Batman Inc. was fine too up until they made Morrison wrap it up in one special. And it was like, oh man, come on.
No, I'm hyped for this. I actually really like the sound of this 12-part story, and obviously only the first two issues are solicited here. But keep in mind, these are 2 issues for January, and this is the December solicits. So at the very least, the next 2 issues will be in the January solicits.
If not the next 4, given the way they're doing this now.
Yeah, if not the next 4. Are we getting to the point here where they're going to start? It's more like the last 2 weeks of one month and the first 2 weeks of the next month.
I think it might get towards that. I
that-
wonder if it's something to do with. Obviously, they moved away from Diamond now, and they're doing it themselves. I wonder if it's kind of getting towards like, this works better for their schedule.
Maybe it
do it that way.
is. Maybe it's going to be a case of we don't think of it as December solicits. It's actually the December-January solicits, and then it's the January-February solicits, and then so on.
Speaking
Did I
of
see
Diamond
something on Twitter
directly,
this week that Marvel was leaving Diamond too?
Oh, they already have. Yeah, they've gone to Penguin Random House, I think, for the most part.
And same with Image.
No, Image are the ones that are basically the only ones still left. IDW this week announced they're going to Penguin Random.
IDW, that's who it was.
Because we talked about the news of Marvel leaving on the show. Maybe you were just not here that week, Matt, but that was a few months ago. I think we talked about that going to happen.
Pretty big news in itself.
Yeah.
But
well, I do know that there's been times that my shop has had all their DC books and nothing else because of Diamond.
I give Diamond a year at this point till Image and anyone else leaves. At least the big ones.
They say diamonds are forever, but not this one.
Diamond Comics distributors, though.
So yeah, Detective Big 12 week. Honestly, I couldn't be more hyped for this. This is exactly the sort of bat story I want to look forward to. So, cool stuff. Then Justice League 2021 annual issue 1. This is December, and it's an annual. It's Bendis. The one thing to note here is that it does mention it's teasing a story for 2022, which is Justice League versus the Legion of Superheroes. So I'm sure Matt's super pumped for that.
2 years ago, yeah. After reading Bendis's, no. Also, him saying OMAC is the Solicits is Kirby's greatest creation. Come on, it's Jack freaking Kirby.
Though, what do you choose though? Like,
not OMAC.
I mean, no, I agree. But even if we're limited
Maybe
just to
Darkseid?
DC creations,
I don't know.
I might go with Etrigan personally, but I could accept an argument for Darkseid.
I think Darkseid's probably the one that I'd jump to, but I mean,
probably the most important. I would definitely agree with, but it doesn't necessarily make him the best. At least not for me.
Here's the thing: OMAC wasn't really relevant for how many years before Rucka did the OMAC project?
For about 40. Maybe
Right.
30.
So you really can't say greatest creation. Like, this man also helped create the Fantastic Four and Galactus, and like. So
Yeah,
I saw
it
that,
doesn't even
that
say
stuck
his
out.
greatest DC creation, just greatest creation.
hey,
That is
come
a
on.
bold claim.
Omac's better than Fantastic Four. That's not
What about Thor?
Thor. I'm pretty sure Thor was a myth before Jack Kirby came along and.
Not Jack
but Thor,
Kirby's version, he
know
wasn't.
him.
So next up, Catwoman Lonely City issue 2. This is the Black Label book that starts the prior
Cliff Chang.
month. Yep. So obviously that's one to check out. We'll be curious to see what that ends up like when issue 1 comes out. Dark Knights of Steel issue 3, Tom Taylor's fantasy alternate DC take.
So excited. Also, I think I need all these Middleton variants. They're just so good.
It says Connor written all over it.
It does.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. I feel like
All I'm saying is, if we get to the end of our end of year annual, and we're talking about best book of the year, this will have had 3 issues by that point. Oh no, we'll only have had 2 issues. This is actually a January solicit. Apparently, issue 2 was in the December, the last bunch of solicits.
Mm-hmm.
It'll have had 2 issues by the time we record that. It'll probably still be in contention.
So next up, we get a Black Label book. We get a new Swamp Thing. It's called Swamp Thing Green Hell by Jeff Lemire and Doug Mankey. I did not know about this until it told 10 seconds ago when I scrolled down to look at this. I did not know about this, and I'm already in.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of things that are up Pete's alley.
Yeah. This is going to be Lemire's last DC or Marvel work for the foreseeable future. He's spoken about having some problems with editorial on both sides. This was in the works before 5G. This was what he pitched as one of the books, and it's more like his Black Label book now.
Yeah, this feels like an extension of his Animal Man. So,
yeah, but, I mean, this is a 3-issue prestige Black Label book. I'm in. I'm in. I like Swamp Thing. I like Jeff Lemire. I'm in. So,
and you like Doug Mankey.
And I like that. I mean, he's not like Jeff Lemire, where I see Jeff Lemire and I'm like, oh yeah, but he's not like Jeff Lemire, where I see Jeff Lemire's name, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to check that out just because it's Jeff Lemire. Doug Mankey's name on a book on his own is not enough to.
Yeah, but look at that cover that he's done there.
It's a very pretty cover. I'm not denying that.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at that variant, though.
Okay, I'll look at the variant.
Yeah, that is very nice.
It's ain't bad.
Yeah, that is real nice.
So that's Swamp Thing Green Hell issue 1. Then we have World of Krypton issue 1. This is Robert Venditti with art by Michael Avon Oeming. 6-issue miniseries. This is starting in December. I'll read the description of this just because it's such a unique looking thing here. A modern telling of one of the most storied periods in comics. Krypton is a utopia admired across the universe for its achievements in science and culture, but its shining towers and regal people conceal a planet rotting at its core. When a catastrophic event befalls Gotham befalls Krypton's natural. Sir. It's Batman Day, okay? Something like when a catastrophic event befalls
This is your fault. Krypton's natural world, it points towards a mass extinction in the making.
Yes. So anyway, so this cover is very there's a movie called Things to Come from the 30s that I'm thinking of here. It's very like retro future kind of vibe, like that sort of Art Deco science fiction kind of style is what it's going for.
6-issue mini about the days leading up to the destruction of Krypton.
Yeah. I'm into it.
We know it's going to have Jor-El, Zod, and a young Kara in it.
All the names you'd expect, really.
Yeah.
So I'm all
for it. Wait, is this Pete somewhat interesting in a Venditti book?
Yes.
I am somewhat interested.
It's been a while.
I mean, I gave Superman 78 a chance as well. It was all right. Not enough that I really feel like I need to read it.
At any rate, Superman, he has such a take on the character that this instantly interests me. Just to see the final days of Krypton play out, like over 6 issues. So,
yeah. That's interesting. Then we got One Star Squadron issue 1. Mark Russell writing.
And Steve Lieber on art.
Yep. This is the Jimmy Olsen team, isn't it, right?
No.
No.
Fraction.
That was Matt Fraction.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Although Mark Russell's.
Yeah, I think you can see why I'd mix. Given the style of that book.
Mark Russell sometimes is like NPR Matt Fraction. Like there's always a political subtext to Mark Russell stuff, and there's always that satire. Whereas Fraction just writes stuff that's kind of zany in that Silver Agey kind of way, but makes it work for today.
This is a 6-issue mini called One Star. If this is a squadron of 1-star characters, where's Guy Gardner?
Well, he's not 1 star, so he wouldn't be there naturally.
Honestly, given that this is probably the closest I'm going to get to a modern, I can't believe it's not the Justice League book.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect that's the angle that this is going for. I wouldn't have been opposed to having Guy on this team.
Yeah, 1-star wonder. I agree. So,
Okay, sir.
the Rick said so. We got some of the collections here for this the Maelstrom stuff. Static Season 1, Maelstrom Compendium 1.
It's all the older stuff.
All the other stuff. That's 1,300 pages in a paperback. That just sounds like a spine.
That's a compendium, yeah.
Decrease the madness. We have Represent, which is a...
Was the digital thing.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. There's some random trades here. Yeah, Absolute Doomsday Clock is here. That's... We'll get more single issues, right? That's can't
There's
be
loads more, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I was going to scroll
It
past
starts
the
at
trades.
Action 1038.
Yeah, I was going to scroll past all the trades. Why are they all here? Right, oh, here you go. Right, Action Comics 1,038. I was about to say 10,000 there. That's Matt's fault. So I don't know what to say here. It's just it's Johnson's run continuing, which is good. Aquaman.
I saw someone say the other day that it's a shame about Action Comics. It's the only bad super book right now. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Who said that? And where can I fight them?
I don't know if it was on a Facebook post or if it was on a Twitter, but they basically said that they can't wait for this War World stuff to be over because it looks like it's going to be terrible. It's just like not even started yet.
It's great. I will hear none of it.
The heights of stupidity that exist on the internet give me a migraine.
I mean, this is more bad taste than stupidity. I mean, this person could be a physicist for all we know, who just has really bad taste.
I don't know. If you think Philip Kennedy Johnson's not writing well, then I don't think you should be anywhere near a laser. That's just me.
Someone print that in a shirt. So Aquaman, The Becoming, issue 4, coming out. That miniseries continues.
Look at my water dragon. That's sick.
As does Aquaman, Green Arrow, Deep Target, issue 3. That's there. Arkham City, The Order of the World, issue 4. I am very looking forward to trying
having
this.
seen a couple of the previews, like little bits of preview art in newsletters. Oh boy, this looks incredible.
Yeah,
I just want to say,
I'm excited for this.
Anytime I see Dan Waters' name, I automatically think of Connor, and I hate it.
I mean, I've not even I've not read that much from Dan Waters yet, so I'm not as all in sold on him. But everything in this book's kind of giving me vibe wise from the covers.
Have you seen the design of the 10-eyed man?
I've not seen the design of the 10-eyed man.
When you get a chance, go to Dan Waters' Twitter. I'm sure he posted it relatively recently. You should be able to find it on there. It's this book is going to do things that we all enjoy.
Okay.
Confident.
Okay, I'm in anyway. Them mimicking the Arkham Asylum cover and text and stuff for the font.
The logos and stuff. Yeah.
I'm in. Batman 89 issue 5 that continues. Issue 6 is here in the Solicits as well for January. Batman vs Bigby, A Wolf in Gotham issue 4. That's for December. Batman Urban Legends 11. This is for January. This one. So. I'm just trying to see if there's anything particularly noteworthy about this issue.
All of them. They all look great. Batman and Zatanna. Yes, please.
Okay.
An Ace the Bat Hound story by Mark Russell.
Okay.
Yes, please. And a Catwoman tie-in by Ram V.
Catwoman and Fear State tie-in. Yeah. Actually, what's interesting, there's only 3, so that implies that there's 3 20-page stories as opposed to the usual 2 20s and 2 10s, right?
Yes, I think so.
Mal looks really confused at me saying that.
No, because I'm reading I'm trying to match up the numbers, and there's a lot more artists here too. So
I mean that
could have multiple artists.
Yeah.
But
I mean, just the written by has an extra name too, which I'm not going to try to pronounce right now.
That's true. That's true.
So because usually if they're co-writing, there's an ampersand, not a.
Maybe there's maybe there's a 4th story they've just left out in the source. Maybe they've not solidified it yet.
Or maybe there's a reason they don't want to tell us.
Maybe spoilers. Black Manta issue 4 by Chuck Brown. That's still going. Issue 5's in here, Solicits as well for January. Blue and Gold issue 5 for December, and then we got Catwoman 38 for December. So that's cool. Fear State Aftermath issue unsurprising. We got Crushing Lobo issue 8. That's still going. Not that any of us are noticing. Oh, there you go.
I mean, it was an 8-issue maxi anyway.
That sounds right. But I mean, let's be honest. I've not really.
Yeah, and you claim to love Mariko Tamaki's work.
I do, but it's Lobo.
It's Lobo and
Crush.
Then we got DC Horror Presents Soul Plumber issue 4. I'll check out issue 1 when it hits and see if it's worth reading. But
yeah, it's a January one.
It's a January one. Sure.
What the hell is that? That solicit?
Solicit?
That's the solicit for Soul Plumber. Just collection of words.
Things get weirder, grosser, and more biblical as Edgar and Elk follow Blorp's trail. Blorp.
Yeah, Blorp's trail.
Blorp's trail.
It sounds like someone had a stroke halfway through writing the solicit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's an odd collection of words.
I'll check out issue 1 of Soul Plumber. It's just weird enough that I'm curious. I get DCV's Vampires, issue 3. This is the Tynan last hurrah book.
Which he's only plotting, not actually writing.
True. Matthew Rosenberg, though, is not a bad guy to be scripting, though.
Oh.
No,
so,
not at all.
You get a Vampire Wonder Woman on the cover. So
the Matina variant is a vampire.
Oh, yes.
Don't like that.
A vampire Vipperman, yes.
Yeah.
That's the gimmick.
Kind of looks like Morbius, which is that still a movie that's happening?
I believe so.
Allegedly.
Jared Leto apparently is Morbius. Deathstroke Inc. issue 4, that's coming out in December. That's in the solicits. Future State Gotham issue 8. So that's still going. Future State Gotham issue 9 is also in the solicits for January. We got Green Lantern issue 9 for December. So coolio. Oh, I kind of like that variant actually with Joe and Kelly with all the lanterns in the background.
I'm not sure I like it, but I can see why it would appeal.
Yeah, I'm into it. It's got a bit of maybe an acquired taste style.
I think I need to see like the full quality image and judge it properly. So I'm gonna hold off.
Hardware season 1 issue 5 is out in December. Harley Quinn issue 10, also December. And then we got Harley Quinn the animated series Eat, Bang, Kill Tour issue 4 out December. 5 of that out in January. So
I gotta read issue 1 still. Someone compared it, called it Batman meets Venture Brothers. And
the show in general.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I think that was Mitch Gerrards that did that.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I saw that earlier in the week.
Okay, this I'm telling you, this week is all merged together. I'm not even sure what today is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mitch, or at least he responded to it, which is why I saw it. If it wasn't him that said it.
Yeah, then we got Human Target issue 3, Tom King's next big mini. So cool.
But Connor won't be reading because he's a punk.
But it's got my favorite Justice League team, so I'll definitely try it at least.
I don't like what this is. What the solicit is hinting at. I'll tell you that much.
Uh-oh. I just read it. Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't wait. This is now the most anticipated Tom King book that's ever been written.
It's like five
I really hope the abusive X is cut.
No, finally, someone's seen that prick Guy Gardner for what he is, and we can delve into
Everyone
it in this
knows
book.
he's a prick. That's why he's lovable.
Yeah. I Am Batman issue 4, as is issue 5, also here for December and January. Respectively. Icon and Rocket season 1 issue 6, Justice League 721. Still Bendis for the record, just in case anyone's looking for a change.
But he's adding the Royal Flush gag, which I was like, okay, Bendis, now we're talking. Get that Sidmar Utopica BS out. Give me all the Royal Flush gag, please.
Oh, do you know what? Like,
the high bar of every Justice League.
Part of me was thinking there, like, maybe I should go back and read just like, and then Matt just reminded me what the story's about right now.
Don't.
And I'm like, I'm so glad. I've never been happier.
I'll be honest. I thought Matt dropped it already.
I'll sum it up. in a few words, and then you'll be good.
Okay. Justice League Incarnate issue 2.
Yes.
This is the Williamson and Dennis Culver book.
Super Demon.
Yeah. This of course is the follow up to Infinite Frontier, so might be might be appointment reading for the future of DC's overall world. So
if you are interested, and I don't want to spoil anything, go read the Solicit, and there's some big things at play that I feel like in the before times would have been a bigger deal.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're in this Infinite Frontier, pun intended, and it doesn't seem like that much of a bigger deal. But I'm big.
I don't want to have spoilers for the book right now necessarily, but Connor wasn't even here for issue 6 of Infinite Frontier. Did you like the ending?
I don't know if I've read issue 6 yet.
Okay, there we go.
Look, I had like 3 weeks of books to read, and I was prioritizing the ones that.
Yes.
I've read up to issue 5.
It will be important eventually. So you should read it.
I will. I'll read it before the next issue. Wait, there's 7 issues, right? Or is there only 6?
Gary Frank has done a cover for this one, so.
Always interesting, yes.
Yeah.
So we got Justice League Infinity issue 7. That's the Matties and James Tucker book.
Mm-hmm.
Legends of the Dark Knight issue 8. Nightwing 87. Which
with its gimmick.
It's got a gimmick. People were hyping it up on Twitter this week. Which is one continuous image. Now, are they implying that this folds out the physical version?
No. The idea is if you got the digital version and copied every page,
that's fine then.
Just stitch them together. And
it's essentially a comics oneer, right?
Yeah, it's a one take.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Turn the pages, but I think it essentially means that everything will be a double page spread. And you will just turn through. I know in the article announcing it, I don't know if it was a Newsround one or someone else, but they actually had an example of like, here's the first, like, the preview pages, the first like 3 or 4, and they stitched them together and, put it sideways. So if you just turn your phone and scroll through it, you like saw like as intended with the continuous image. You have to turn it sideways because it was double page.
I mean, I love a good one-shot scene in a movie where the whole thing's one take. So, I mean, if they can capture that magic a little bit, then sure. Obviously, it's a little bit different because you are still turning pages. You're still having to cycle through things. But what? Yeah. Pennyworth issue 5 and 6, December and January, respectively.
I hate how good those foreigners covers are for every single issue of this book.
I have no interest in reading it, but I agree the covers are pretty good.
This, like, 5's great, right? But 6 is that's a pulp book cover.
6 is a better cover and it's a better piece of art. I like 5 in the like it's really smart, like what they've done to manipulate the Union Jack like that. But 6 has got a better like that's like something you put in your wall. If I like this book, I would maybe get that for like a poster. But
now, is this an adaptation of the show or
is
it meant to be
a sequel series?
Yeah, it's like in the world of the show, I think.
Continuing on or set before it's something, but it's not an adaptation.
None of us have read it, so we don't know for sure.
Well, I don't think any of us watched past the first episode of the show.
No,
and I wanted to. I just don't have time.
Refrigerator Full of Heads issue 3. So
it's quite a cover.
Yeah,
it's a stag with a head. Why not?
Yeah, so it's a great big bushy beard.
Now, does this like, because we know this isn't the original writer, does this feel like more of like a grindhousey take on Basketball Heads?
Oh, I don't know.
It's more of like
I don't know until we see it.
I mean, obviously it's a thing where it's sanctioned. There were, obviously Joe Hill like is still curating this, so I suspect that because it's going forward. It's going forward in time to a new decade and the continuity. So I suspect it may have a different feel. I
kind of hope it has a completely different tone. In the same way that like some horror franchises where you'll go from one film to the next, then they'll just be like completely different.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Just basing off of this feels like much more Escape from New York than, like that kind of grimy, seedy kind of stuff versus what the last one was. But either way, I'm going to read it because I really like Basketball Heads. Didn't quite stick the landing, but still a fun read.
Robin issue 9. What an ensemble on that cover.
I actually think that might be the cover for Robin's. I think there's a mix-up.
I mean, a lot of these characters have shown up in Robin already, so it's possible.
It is, but if you scroll down a couple to the Robin's solicit.
Oh, yeah.
Well.
Get you and your logic out of here, Connor. Right now.
Yeah. Okay, so Robin issue 9, right? We got...
I thought he was just going off of a hunch. Like, I don't know. That's a lot of Robins.
Well, let me get through these then. So Robin and Batman issue 3 is next, and then Robin's issue 2, which has the same cover here, which means it's probably for that. But fair enough. I forgot about Robins. I'm actually down. So we're getting Robins and Batgirls. I kind of like that both of those exist at the same time.
I can't believe we're going to have Robin and Batman, and Robins all at the same time.
This is true.
No Superboy's book.
Yeah, I mean, Robin and Batman's. I don't think it's officially a black label, but it's in that kind of format.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's also the it's a January issue, the one that we've talked about here.
Yeah. So that's the three issues, oversized kind of thing. Which it's Jeff Lemire again, so and Dustin wins. So
and Dustin wins. It's probably going to be pretty great.
Yeah. So all good stuff. Exciting. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? 113. Suicide Squad, King Shark, issue 4. That's Tim Seeley and Scott Collins, just to remind everyone what that miniseries actually is. And then Supergirl, Women of Tomorrow, issue 6 of 8, as well as 7 of 8 for December and January. Superman 78, issue 5. And then Superman vs. Lobo, issue 3. And then we got Superman Son of Kal-El, issue 6. Obviously, that's the Tom Taylor one. And Task Force Z, issue 3, coming out. And
oh no, that cover.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, just what it says. I don't want to spoil in case people don't.
Oh, okay. Well, this makes sense though, because I like this.
Yeah.
I like that they're using an actual death that happened in the relative.
Yeah. I don't like that it makes me rethink those feelings.
I know.
That's all.
Oh, the variant's quite nice as well. Actually, it's the morgue drawer with the hand coming out.
Oh, that,
I really like both
about stuff to put up on your wall.
Oh,
that one right there. That's Halloween vibes.
Oh yeah, the other one's cool too. I like the man bat hand one though.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
probably
about.
do as well, but just to be fair, both are pretty good.
God damn it! It's gonna pull me into reading this, and I don't want to read this. These covers are too good.
Oh, I'm hyped to read this.
Why did you not want to read this, Rosenberg?
Plus, the backups setting up have been good as well.
I didn't read the backups, Pete.
Well, it sold me on it, so.
Yes, I know, and I wasn't listening when you were talking about them because I didn't want to get invested. Because we all know how I am.
Stop reading shitty.
Something, I'm gonna read it.
Stop reading shitty Justice League. Read Task Force Z when it comes out instead, right?
Yeah, but I have to buy Justice League to get Justice League Dark, so it's money spent.
No, notice how that wasn't money well spent.
It's just spent.
It's money spent.
Oh, so funny. Teen Titans Academy issue 10. And then we got Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries issue 9 and issue 10. Flash 777 with no cover, interesting. I guess it's just not ready. Or maybe there's a secret. I don't know.
Yeah, that is a strange solicit tag. The first line, Justice League Dark on Gemworld.
Yeah, that's weird.
Wait, this is a Flash book?
Yeah, it does mention Flash. I mean, he joins Justice League Dark apparently for
Oh, Matt, you might want to jump onto this.
Gemworld, I'm sure.
Having travelled to Gemworld by the second dimension, Flash joins the Justice League Dark and the Princess of Gemworld, Amethyst, in a race against time to thwart Eclipso's evil plans.
I mean, I hate a lot of the sound of this, to be honest, but
but every word of that was like Matt focused.
It was Matt bait.
He gets it.
See,
except for Gemworld.
There's jail bait and then there's Matt bait, and they're very different things. But
I should hope so.
Yes, 100%.
Joker issue 10 is out, as is 11 in January, which is also solicited here. Joker Presents the Puzzle Box issue 6, Matthew Rosenberg. This is a weird one that I kind of passed me by because it did this weird digital first format release, and it just kind of made it weird, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I'll read it in trade later.
I do like that cover though.
The cover's nice. Swamp Thing issue 10, which is actually the final issue of this 10 issue run that was, we were told they could get a second season of it if it sells well. I hope that happens because it's really, really good. So.
Even if not, give me another Ram V book to make up for it.
Oh, true. Yeah. Ram V Kite Man.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Titans United issue 4 and 5 for the 2 months respectively. You're used to what I'm saying at this point. Wonder Woman 782.
Man, that's a good cover.
Yeah. Wonder Woman Evolution issue 2. This is Stephanie Phillips' book, which I had forgotten existed. About 6-issue mini. Presumably it was in last month's Solicits too, and I've just forgotten about it. Crime Syndicate. This is a trade. Oh, good.
That's
okay.
a trade.
We're back to trades. So there's more
we're
trades.
at the bottom, man.
So we
get
didn't.
it.
Well, there's only 3 trades at the bottom though. They put most of the trades in the middle, like a bunch of bastards.
Yeah.
Why can't they just stick to one format? It's so annoying. Guess on my
Very weird.
tits. All right, there you go. So, any final thoughts, feelings, things to share about Solicits?
On the Solicits, no, that seemed like a lot of books, but it's hard to know because half of those were for January, but then also there's a bunch in the last bunch that were for December.
That is
so
true.
Who knows anymore?
Also, I think the positive thing here is that there's a couple of interesting new books, but for the most part, all the books that I currently like seem to be getting even better by the looks of it as January rolls in, as December and January roll in. So that's good news. We'll leave it there and go forth. Okay. You mentioned there was a bit of news, Connor, that wasn't in Solicits.
There was. So in Batman Urban Legends, issue 7 from this week, Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly had a Batman Beyond story. And at the end of that, it said to be continued in Batman Beyond Neo Year, issue 1, coming April 2022.
Neo Year.
Yeah.
Neo, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that is going to be Lansing and Kelly on that book. Stands to reason.
Are we sure it just won't be in Urban Legends?
Well, unless they're renaming Batman Urban Legends Batman Beyond Neo Year issue 1, then probably not.
We actually titled the book, so
is it actually called issue 1 though?
Yeah, it says Neo Year issue 1.
Okay. I was saying maybe it's the first part of the story. That's why it's still, like this was the zero issue.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But I did think I made it clear.
Gotcha.
Matt's looking for a conspiracy where there is no conspiracy.
Yeah. This is like
It's called being an American, Pete. Look it up.